Number one, melatonin is by prescription only almost everywhere other than the United States, right? So in England, in Australia, in Europe, you can't just walk into the drugstore and buy melatonin. And there's a reason. A lot of people don't realize it, but melatonin is a hormone. There's a reason you can't go to the CVS and get testosterone and estrogen, right? Because hormones affect the entire system. They affect almost 300 different things in your body. So what you don't want to do is have somebody just willy-nilly grabbing a hormone and starting to pop it without somebody understanding what's going on with them. More importantly, melatonin in particular, and the point I wanted to make earlier about depression, melatonin interacts with all SSRI medication. So things like Prozac, Zoloft, Celexa, all of those are medications that will be affected by melatonin ingestion, and nobody knows that it is. In addition, melatonin affects birth control. Yes, you heard it here. Birth control, it affects blood pressure medication, and it affects diabetes medication. So one of the problems is that people go into the local drugstore and they're like, I'm gonna grab some melatonin and I'm gonna make my sleep better because I'm sleeping poorly. So first of all, that's not what melatonin does. Melatonin is a sleep regulator, not a sleep initiator. Number two, melatonin is not to be used in children. So a lot of people are like, Michael, I've got pediatricians all over the country telling me to give my children melatonin. I'm gonna say it right here in front of everybody. That is the dumbest idea I have heard in a long time, because you just taught your child that they need a pill to sleep.
I looked at an analysis of melatonin gummies marketed for children and found that the actual amount of melatonin ranged from 0% to 667% of what was listed on the label. And in the same study, some melatonin gummies contained absolutely no melatonin, while others contained hazardous contaminants like CBD that were not disclosed on the label. As melatonin is sold as a supplement in the US and not a drug, the FDA does not test it for safety or accuracy before it hits the shelf.
And that's a huge problem. It's huge in the supplement world, yet there's no regulation whatsoever.
Today, it's almost 30%. So about 70 million Americans.
Up.
That's crazy.
Dude, that is problematic. And again, they have no idea what it's doing to them, right? And they're giving it to their kids. Like, I can't think of anything worse for a young female developing body than to add a contraceptive when it's not necessary.
Rise in children overdosing on sleep gummies is the fastest growing trend in poison control data.
Yeah, I think it's like almost 600% increase or something crazy like that for kids who have who've overdosed on melatonin. Like there was a study that came out maybe a year and a half ago, showed like almost 600% of increase in overdosages for kids. Like, that's pretty messed up when you start to think about it.